Hi, it's Gitanjali here from High Definition You, and I am thrilled today to be bringing you the success story of Munni Musa. Hello, Munni.
Hi.
Tell us a little bit about what you do in the world.
Yeah, so I work for a company that supplies elections on a third-party basis. So we are the advisor, we do auditing, we are the independent scrutineer and work across all business types.
And you've got a team as part of that. You're quite busy. I think that's fair to say. Where were you when we first started working together? What were you struggling with? What did life and work look and feel like?
Yeah, so although we've known each other for many years, we started formally working together just as we went into the COVID-19 lockdown. And I guess the struggle is we, like you said, work with a team, not just the team that I manage, but there's also other sort of teams that you have to sort of feed work into. There's CEO expectations, sales director expectations. And I think where I was feeling, not so much, being working from home and suddenly from an office environment being deployed to, okay, this is how you now work. There's strong personalities that I work with, and I almost felt there was a bit of a clash of the titans, to say it politely, where people have their expectations from you, you have your own expectations, and I think, and I know this for certain, that I was struggling with that balance of how best to deliver what I needed to deliver.
And when you were thinking about working together, because we started working together in the group coaching program, what, if any, resistance showed up for you in terms of committing to working together?
I didn't have any any resistance. I think for me it was, maybe it's my culture. Asking for help is seen as a sign of weakness. So I've got this, I'll struggle on, you can't. And that was more the recognition of I have to ask for help to be able to perform differently, respond to things differently, manage my own health and well-being. I know your style, and I know the knowledge of the work that you did, so knew that I'd be able to sort of fit in and carve my way into that. And it's been a great journey. It's been a great journey.
Fun. So tell me, what does it look like now? What's changed for you since we started working together?
Some key learnings were I value my time a lot more. The power of actually saying no, practicing saying that has been, again, it's expectations of whether it's family or your career, the way it's been pathed out is by saying no to something, you're not able, you're not capable, where actually you're saying no because this other thing needs more attention or more of your time or capacity, whatever it might be. So that was one thing. And then just noticing what you're saying, how you say it, how things are being said to you, how you respond. So that's one thing that I would definitely say has changed on this journey for me, whether it's home life or work life, really going, oh, what's my reaction to this?
And what's been the effect of that, do you think, in terms of maybe your leadership style, with all of those, those three maybe in mind as well?
What has changed? I personally feel I'm more effective in what I'm doing. So one of the exercises was about multitasking and whether we are able or not. And my innate answer would be, yes, absolutely. I'm a great multitasker. I can do everything. In reality, we're not great multitaskers as humans. And really working through things, going, right, well, I've started something, so either finish it or put a line in the sand with a summary and come back to it and do something else and not try and and I've found that's actually increased my productivity. I'm getting to tasks faster, and that procrastination that I do on some tasks, building in time for it, has made them actually turn out. There's one, I'm not the most natural sort of creative writer, and there's two tasks that I've been sort of putting off, and then penciled it in and went, right, an hour here, an hour there, half an hour here, and it's now turned into an amazing marketing piece which the rest of the team can actually use, and I feel quite proud that I brought this little baby to life.
Amazing. I'm thrilled.
Which historically, past Munni would have gone, oh, too fearful, I can't. And there was no shame in going, right, I've got it to a structure where I think it's workable. Can someone else now take it forward? And someone else did, and it came back to me. And that's that bit of relinquishing power, I guess, is something that I probably would have struggled quite hard with even 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
I love that. In fact, you might have answered the next question that I wanted to ask you, which was take me to the moment when you really realised that the coaching was working.
Yeah. I don't think there was a penny drop moment. It's that noticing where you've got these like channels in your brain that someone says something and you have an automatic reaction to, which with the pause allowed you to think and give a different answer. Or approach it in a different way. And I have this tendency of, if something isn't going my way, it's a 0 to 100 spark to not dive straight into that point and go, it's not my thought, but it could work. And then progressing past that, and then maybe reflecting in hindsight, going, oh yeah, it didn't actually turn out as bad as I thought it might have, and I would have done it this way, but this way works too.
So what is it about the way that we work together, do you think, that was really enabled you to get those results?
So at our level, as you know, you go through lots of courses and be a good leader and learn how to do good, objective setting, and I know that this has worked for me because of the exercises that we're set and the focus on small stepping stones up to where I am now. And it's that practice. And without that, I think it would have been less successful. The practice as I've thought about it has made me go, oh, changing habits, changing the reward structure in my brain. And maybe that was a light bulb moment.
Maybe, yeah. What do you, as part of this process, because it was a group coaching program that you were a part of, what's really surprised you or delighted you about that?
I surprised myself with how open I was. I'm not normally so in touch with my emotions. So that surprised me. And the other welcoming part of the whole course was all the challenges that I think are mine are actually shared. So hearing other people voice the same frustrations or talk about the same challenges was quite, you shouldn't find comfort in it, but you do. Because you think, oh, I'm not standing here alone shouting at the edge of a cliff trying to get my voice heard. I'm sorry about that. They've come for me. They found me.
They've come for you. Yeah, absolutely. So, and there was so much nodding on the group coaching calls, wasn't there? And really, and that shared.
There's a thing where you don't choose your family, you choose your friends, and when you're speaking with your friends, there's a common ground that you always have that synergy. In work life, there's people from all sorts of walks of lives and experiences and different jobs they've come from, and you don't often, it's not always that you have you're on the same page. So it felt in the possibility community, there were lots of people who did completely different jobs who had the same challenges. And you're thinking, oh, I don't even have this in the environment I work in. So I'm not alone. I'm not alone in this way of thinking.
And I saw so much growth from you, as we did with everyone in the group over the last few months. If you had to summarise it somehow, going from, at one particular state to another, how would you summarise that, Munni?
I joined the session at a place where I really felt I had a crisis in confidence. And through the different thought processes, different exercises, recognizing styles of people working, recognizing my own journey as well, where I was addressing things that still affect my thoughts today that happened in the past. And today feel resilient and should be proud of it, to say, oh, I've gone on a journey in my life on this experience, and feel that's probably the journey I've come on, from being really out on a limb to, yeah, I've got the tools, I just haven't looked for them inside myself.
I love it. I want to hear you say, I am resilient.
I am resilient. I am. I looked myself in the eye in the camera and said that.
I love that. So, people will be watching this and hopefully being inspired by your story, Munni. What would you say to them if they're making the decision about starting a coaching program?
Commit to it. Commit to the program and turn up for the session. Not physically, but you know what I mean. But turn up for the sessions, as bringing in your own realization of where you think you might need improvement may not necessarily be where you need improvement. Is having that open mind and going, I'm just going to listen and take it all in, practice some of the things, read the exercises. I've taken on board some of your reading material as well, and visited that, sort of seen some articles, and just having that open mind is what I would say is, yeah, 'cause there's lots of things that are discussed that you might not do naturally. And you have to push past that.
Yes, in that wonderful sort of way that we built that community, so that we were supporting each other through that. Right?
It is a very trusting community, and that's the thing. Is there's no judgment, there's no fear to say something that you might feel in that moment. It's very supportive, and good advice gets pushed through the channel of communications. Good material is shared. So yeah, it's been great, and I'm going to continue and keep growing and remembering that your brain can be retrained.
It can be that constant evolution. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story, Munni. It's been an absolute privilege to work with you for the last few months, and I'm excited to continue on our journey.
Likewise.
And get you to the next level.
Yeah. Lovely. Thank you, Gitanjali. Thank you.